Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Melissa Michelle. If you are new here and you have already subscribed, I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you. And if you have just came upon this channel and you have not subscribed already, I need you to go over there and subscribe. And while you're at it, I need you to hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on anything that comes through this channel. I appreciate you. And I need you to also like and share this video. And welcome to She Moves in Silence. This is I'm Not Dying Today, Part 4. My breast cancer journey as a breast cancer conqueror. Yes, you heard that right. I am a breast cancer conqueror. I'm not a survivor because this is not coming back. I don't have to keep surviving this breast cancer. I conquer it. It's over. It's done. It is a done deal. Breast cancer is not a part of my life now or ever will it be, right? So I left off with me dying in my hospital room and God raising me from the dead. He told me that I was going to come through the surgery well and without any complications, and I did. In the recovery room, everything was well. In my room, got in there, nurse came in there, and all I remember was her telling me that I want to take your vitals. Woke up, came through, saw these doctors, asked them what happened. They told me that I died. I'm like, God, what happened? You said I was going to be all right, but he told me I was going to be all right through the surgery. He didn't tell me what's going to happen next. I asked him, God, why did you do that? He said, I wanted to give you a double testimony. I wanted you to have a testimony that not only did I heal you from cancer, but I wanted to give you a testimony that I raised you from the dead, because people don't believe anymore that he, Yahweh, still work miracles. So he raised me from the dead. I stayed almost 7 days in the hospital when I only should have stayed 3 days. But that's okay. I'm here in real time because of the goodness of Yahweh. So I go home, and when I go home, they did give me a nurse to come there. And like I said, I had I had some good nurses. My care team was awesome. I go home and they send you home with these tube things that hang off you. But I kept having complication with mine, so I had to keep going back to the doctor for them to fix it and stuff. Eventually, the situation that was going on had stopped, and I began to heal. I remember the nurse coming there, and she had to show me how to shower with those things, and I felt um, I felt embarrassed. I felt embarrassed, to have somebody washing me. And she said to me, "You don't have to feel embarrassed. It's okay. It's okay to receive help." And for a moment before she had said that, it was like, gosh, I have somebody here washing me. I felt helpless and just so ashamed and so embarrassed, right? But that nurse was so sweet to me. And she made me feel so comfortable and said, "You don't have to be ashamed. You don't have to feel embarrassed. This is my job. I'm here to help you." And so that is what she did. And, throughout my time being home. I had, people from my church to come visit me, my pastor, the first lady, um, people bringing me food. I mean, I had people just love on me. Whatever I wanted, my children, my grandchildren, whatever I wanted, they were there for me. And I remember before all this had happened, I was studying for my associate's degree and in criminal justice. And what I had to do, I had forgot about it. I forgot about it. But then I said, you know what? I didn't want to get far behind, so I started studying again while I was recovering from having the double mastectomy. And my nurse, she was so impressed. She said, "You sitting here studying?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got to make good use of my time and stuff." So I'm studying to get my associate's degree. But I as I think about it now, I think I kept myself busy to not think about the fact that I didn't have my girls anymore. I kept busy because by keeping busy, my mind wasn't on the fact that I didn't have my breasts anymore. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't thinking about it until I had to go to my doctor's appointment, right? And I was getting dressed to go. I got dressed. I was about to go out the door. And when I got to the door, I said to myself, oh my gosh, I got to go put on a bra. And that's when it hit me that I no longer had any breasts. It hit me that I did not have any breasts. And I cried like a baby. I cried. Oh my God. I cried. Like I said, I'm studying for my associate's degree and keeping busy. And as I'm thinking about it now, it was because I didn't want to think about the fact that I didn't have breasts. So I kind of like put it out of my mind. But that day, about to leave out the house, I'm saying, "Oh my God, I don't have no bra on." And then I'm like, "Oh my God, I don't have breasts anymore." And I cried and I cried and I cried. And the thing is, I don't cry in front of my children. I really don't. I wait, until my daughter wasn't there. Matter of fact, that day she wasn't there. She was at school. And I cried and I cried. And it was at that moment I started to feel shame because I didn't have breasts. With the nurse, I felt shame because someone was washing me. But here I felt shame because I didn't have breasts. I started feeling like I wasn't beautiful anymore. I started feeling like God didn't love me, that He wouldn't love me the same way that He loved me when I had breasts. But you know what? It sounds crazy, right? Because I know He loves me because He healed me and raised me from the dead. But sometimes the mind just does its own thing. And I'm like, God, I just felt like I wasn't beautiful anymore. My breast was gone. And I'm quite sure I'm not the only one that felt that way. As I stated in my other videos, I wrote a book called My Story, My Decision, My Journey. And I'm going to read a poem from it called My Breasts, They Were Mine. My breasts, they were mine. My breast was mine. They felt like mine, looked like mine, and was mine before cancer demanded that they no longer would be mine. There was no doubt, there was no figuring out that the breasts that was attached to my body were mine. But now I'm left with the question, what was this all about? Regardless if they sagged and hung to my knees, they were mine and they were one with me. They might have lost their firmness and no longer look like they used to be, but they were mine and they were one with me. My breasts did not define who I was or what I should be, but confined within my breast held a piece of my history. It told a story of how a little girl many years ago was transforming into womanhood, but without any notice, breast cancer came and decided to take away the only outward physical appearance of being a woman. Cancer did not consult with me. It didn't ask me if this is what I wanted. I was not a consenting partner in this decision. I was an innocent bystander with no power to change what was going to happen to and inside of me. My loss was great. I will never be able to see or touch what used to be mine. So if you see me having a moment, if you see me in a daze, don't worry. I just went back in time. My breasts, they were mine. And at that moment, I forgot that I no longer had any breasts. I felt like I wasn't beautiful anymore. Looking in the mirror for the very first time, I was flat chested. You know how we look when we are little girls before our breasts before they start growing, just all flat. And then there was the scars. So at that moment, they were gone. They were gone. And for someone to tell me that losing my breast was not a big deal was crazy. Because somebody said to me, that wasn't a big deal. What's the big deal about it? My breast that once was mine is now gone. And all I am left with is the scars. Stay tuned to part 5.